When you are a victim of abuse at the hands of your partner, it is very difficult for others to truly understand what you are experiencing. They may question why you are still in the relationship. However, only you as a victim understand that no matter how traumatized you are from the abuse, there are many reasons why you may find it hard to leave your abuser. If you leave the relationship, it means that you are taking control away from your abuser and making that decision for yourself. And this could instigate a reaction which could be destructive in many ways. In a family with children, you fear the harm that could be inflicted and the emotional impact of this on your children who need both parents in their lives. You may see your abuser as someone who has taken care of you and someone who has catered to all your needs. This makes you feel indebted, and if you were to leave the relationship, you will be seen as being ungrateful. You feel guilty over the failure of not being able to make things work. This guilt makes you hang on to the relationship. You may feel ashamed and embarrassed to admit the abuse inflicted on you. You may have a social image that needs to be protected. This stops you from confiding in family members or friends. Most people prefer to put up a brave front rather than to talk about the difficulties they are facing. Constant harassment and abuse can have a strong impact on how you think and how you perceive things. When your thoughts and actions are controlled over a long period of time, you become confused and may not even recognize that you are being abused. You may think that what your partner does is done to protect you, and so you accept it. Abuse over a period of time lowers your self-esteem and confidence. When you are called names or publicly embarrassed, you start to question your self-worth. You question the kind of person you are, and you start to believe that you may never find anyone else who will want to be in a relationship with you. Once you are in a relationship, your partner may isolate you from others. Initially, you may enjoy each other's company, so you do not think much of it. However, when this relationship turns sour, you realize that you lack support from others. You have probably not been in touch with family members or friends, and in time of need, you no longer know how to approach them for help. You may be financially dependent on your abuser. Your partner may not allow you to work, or even if you do work, you may not have any control or access to the money you make. Your biggest fear in such a case is that if you leave with nothing. If you have been out of work for a long time, you may also lack the relevant skills to find a decent job anytime soon. Over time, you've been made to believe that you are not worthy and not capable of doing things on your own. Your growing dependency on your partner makes it difficult for you to imagine living alone and providing for yourself. You start feeling insecure and you doubt your ability to take care of yourself. This is a major reason for not walking out of an abusive relationship. In spite of everything that your partner has put you through, you believe that he will change because of the remorse that he shows from time to time. He shows sincerity in the apologies he makes, and you believe him. You believe that you are the only one who can help him with his problems. You see his possessiveness as care, and therefore you feel that he genuinely loves and cares for you, and so you believe that he will eventually change. In the end, no matter what has happened, your abuser is your partner and you love him. At the beginning of the relationship, he was charming and affectionate. You think of all the good times you had in the past. You feel emotionally attached to him. You still see him as someone who loves and cares for you, even if he is abusive. Even though you want the abuse and pain to end, you still want the relationship to last. Constant abuse at home can affect your mood, making you angry or upset. This, in turn, has an impact on your daily activities. Your performance at work gets affected. You could be in constant fear of your supervisors and your colleagues. This also has an influence on the interpersonal relationships that you share with others. In the long run, violence and abuse can have grave negative impacts on your mind and emotions. This can be a result of experiencing trauma over a period of time. You will be easily scared and startled. You will have constant flashbacks and nightmares about the various incidents of violence. You will constantly think about your experiences, and no matter how hard you try to forget them, they will keep coming back to you. At times, you will find yourself lashing out in anger at the smallest of things. You will find yourself getting upset and maybe even crying uncontrollably. You will have negative thoughts about yourself and the people around you. You will find it hard to trust anyone. You find it difficult to maintain relationships with people, and you feel detached from close friends and family members. You tend to lose interest in the activities and hobbies you once enjoyed doing. You feel hopeless about the future and feel that your life has no purpose. You find it difficult to eat and sleep. You find it difficult to concentrate when doing an activity. You may also begin to engage in self-destructive behavior. You may take to alcohol and drugs as a way to make yourself feel better. Another common result of violence and abuse is depression. Depression, which begins with intense sadness, can also include feelings of hopelessness, helplessness, and worthlessness. If these feelings become overwhelming and last for a long period of time, preventing you from living your life normally, then it is something more than just sadness. It is important to understand depression as a mental illness rather than just something that you may feel you have control over. You tend to lack interest in doing the things you once enjoyed, and certain things will fail to satisfy you anymore. You constantly feel restless. You find it hard to focus and concentrate when doing something. You will find it difficult to make decisions and also find yourself struggling to remember details. In terms of your sleeping patterns, you either suffer from insomnia, where you have trouble falling asleep, or you may have hypersomnia, where you sleep too much. In terms of your eating patterns, you could lose your appetite and hardly eat, causing unintentional weight loss. Or you could be eating in excess and gaining weight. Violence and abuse over a period of time causes anxiety. Anxiety can cause you to feel uneasy and to be in a constant state of panic. You will always be on edge. You will get easily startled by things around you. You will find it hard to stay calm. Anxiety can have an impact on your mood, making you excessively irritable, which interferes with the way you do things daily. You will have trouble concentrating and staying focused. In extreme cases of post-traumatic stress disorder, depression, and anxiety, you may contemplate and even attempt suicide.